All right, welcome back to another message of hope. Today we're going to leave it open and generic and just see what wants to come through. And I'm going back to starting with the tarot, just seeing what shows up. And look at that right there. I didn't know that before. We have light, the sun. This is good. Positivity. This is always take what resonates, leave what does not. And we're starting with a past, present, future focus, just to give us some context to see what the message of hope is. So I thank you for being here, and know that this is an opportunity for you to also practice strengthening your intuition, because these are not intended to be predictive, although they could be on some level, but that is not my intention. Simply to provide you with some hope for whatever your journey is. So we have our first card out, and that represents the past. And now we're looking for the present. Okay, there we go, present. And for the future. It's the future. Okay. Okay, I think there might be more. Let's see here. For the future. Okay. Okay, let's see what we have. Whew. It has been a full day, but I'm happy to be here. Happy to be here with you. So, okay, at the start, we have 1, 2, and 3 cards out for each position. So 1 for the past, 2 for the present, and 3 for the future. So, okay, let me flip them all over, see what we have. And then, oh, and I think this was, okay, hold on. Okay, so at the start here, out of the gate, it looks like a story of having to be patient and for something to evolve and manifest over time. And it looks like a progression from okay, well, this has very much been a phase that's been like probably filled with a lot of soul lessons in your life. And basically here's what I see. So for the past, we have patience. And oh goodness, what does this one correspond to in the traditional tarot? Oh my goodness. Okay, 1 second. Let me pause. Okay, so our starting card, patience. Notice this person is holding in their palm a seed, and the seed is growing. It's also been giving off an essence. So it grew into this beautiful orchid, but notice this is kind of, oh, you can't see it. Notice this trail of white light off to the side. It's kind of like smoke or air, or I feel like it's an essence. There may have been some degree of feeling like energy was leaked in the process of growing or trying to grow and bloom. There was energy that got leaked. So maybe wasted. Okay, so this card correlates to the Temperance card in traditional tarot. And I know one of you had requested me to read from the guidebooks a little bit more. At least that's how I interpreted the comment. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you what is said about this starting card. I'm not going to do that for all cards necessarily, but I will when it feels fitting. So let's start with this one. So we have patience. This card signifies the need for patience, self-control, adjustment, moderation, and balance when dealing with others as well as yourself. This could be in the areas of how you think and work, and how you handle school, recreation, the people in your life, or the spiritual path that's set before you. As a soul, you have more than one aspect of yourself to draw on for support. It's all about integration and learning to blend and balance both the physical and the spiritual. You're an ethereal being in a physical body enjoying a human experience. Therefore, since you're both, you should honor all of you. If you go through life denying yourself the joy of combining these aspects, you are missing out on so much of what the world has to offer. Why accept a life that's half lived? The patience card reminds you to open your heart and mind and allow yourself to listen to other people's ideas, thoughts, and perspectives. Blissful harmony can be achieved when everyone learns to work as one. All benefit. Listening, sharing, and reaching out will help you renew your faith in yourself and humankind. You'll become more aware of the miracles around you, as well as the ones that you have a hand in creating. Well, that was wonderful. And I'm really glad that I wrote that right, that I read that right now. So this is absolutely talking about the spiritual, the being a spiritual being, having a human experience, right? And having to shift and grow. And it didn't directly, well, it kind of said it, possibly having to shift some beliefs and, stretch yourself in what you just how you accomplish things in life, right? It talked about asking for help and things like that. So thinking about what I was saying earlier about this could be representing a degree of releasing some energy. And it was interesting because I didn't say it. So before I read that, I was also kind of seeing it twofold as both energy being expanded or expended outward, but also I kind of get and it mostly just looks like it's being expended, but I get also a sense of like something coming in. So this could have like dual meaning where there's a degree of energy being expended outward and yet something more that's wanting to come in, but maybe you haven't fully been letting it or allowing it. Things wanting to merge. There's these two half domes or half circles behind the person. Yeah, it's like merging both worlds, concentric circles, infinity. The infinity symbol has that point where it merges in the middle, right? The two circles connect in the middle. Fascinating. So yeah, very relevant that I read that. Okay, so what we have for the present is we have material harvest, a person who is manifesting their abundance, their harvest. They're receiving the fruits of their labor. And this would be more of the physical 3D world, right? This is, you've put in physical effort and therefore you get to have physical reward, food, money, a home, other items you might want to purchase for yourself. The other card that is in line with it is the sun card or the light card. And so here we have someone who's definitely got their focus on that physical, material, tangible stuff. And yet there's this outward reaching towards the light, trying to get something else. And what do we already know about this? And of course, I'll state the obvious, is that light is not outside of us. It's not external to us. It's actually within us. But let's continue. So now in the third position for the future, we have someone who is definitely a leader and an authority on what they know, the leader of their life, as well as someone who is a leader possibly for others as well. The wisdom card, this is the Hierophant, a spiritual leader, a teacher. Possibly someone who's also a bit rigid in what it is that they know or believe, what they think they know, what they think they believe. And I don't mean to offend anybody with that. Because there does seem to be some degree of overlooking of, not really realizing what is leaving, what is escaping, what is just being overlooked, what's being neglected. This person's, on the one hand, it looks like this person is looking down at the seed, and in another way, it actually looks like this person's eyes are completely closed. So this person, they might have their head tilted in the direction of what's growing, but are they really paying attention to it? Do they even realize that all that energy is going out? And then the third card for the future position. So here we have this leader, this spiritual teacher who possibly could be a bit rigid, maybe stuck in their ways, maybe thinking they already know everything. Could be a my way or the highway type person. And we also have the crown chakra. So the crown chakra is part of what allows in this wisdom that comes down through. But yeah, fascinating. So this card sort of came out first, and it felt appropriate to bring it out, so that's why I did. But I also noted that there was an element of it that felt like a no. That felt like it wasn't quite right, or wasn't fully aligned. But relevant to the reading. So what I get is there's a degree of the crown chakra not being in full alignment. And that very well could be what's contributing to this, I have all this wisdom, I do know a lot, and you do, right? This person, okay, whether it be you or someone you know. So I don't know. I tend to say you though. Whether this person, regardless of what this person knows, there's a degree of them being obstinate and possibly not allowing in an even deeper layer of wisdom to flow down through. And that kind of makes me think of this other element that is escaping, that is not being utilized, not fully tapped into. All the focus is on just this 3D tangible world. But there's all this other beauty and light and illumination that is right there. I could even see this as kind of like and maybe an element of the inner child, or an element of, and just an element of you, or the core person in this message, that is being neglected, being denied. Not allowing this to really have, to be given time and dedication and devotion, not seeing as much value in this. And while there's been progress made over time, it's possible that had this been looked at sooner, that maybe things could have gone quicker. Things could have grown more quickly. I don't know. That's what I'm getting right here. Okay, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Third eye chakra. Yeah, so I just basically get, there's been a progression of things, but could also be a cap on the potential of a cap on what's been achieved, because some elements within a person's growth have been blocked off. So let's pull Okay, I'm going to pull from a couple more decks to see if we can get more clarity on it. So I'm going to first pull from another tarot deck to see what clarity we can get on each of these elements, each of these phases of the journey. And I apologize if this seems like it's going kind of slow. Maybe it's just me. I'm not quite sure. Thank you for being here, though. Let's see. Okay, so actually, let me just do some light shuffling. Just some general light shuffling. Okay, so let's add some clarity to card number 1 in the past position. Okay, flipped over to the Page of Swords. Okay, let's see, what can we get to clarify the present position? That was just way too many. Okay, clarify the present position. Okay. And clarify the future position, please. Ooh. Hold on. Okay, clarifying the past position of patience, we have the Page of Swords, where it says, take your time to think before you act. Okay, then in the present position, we have the Magician in the reverse. Okay, interesting. And in the future position, we actually have the cards that fell on the floor. The very top card we have, it's a small stack of 4. The very top card we have is the three of Wands. It says, find your inspiration to take action. Then we have the 2 of Pentacles. Find balance in your life to build your success. Then we have sharing your success builds more success. Oh, that's fascinating. And that's the 6 of Pentacles. And then last but not least, we have the Ace of Pentacles. The time is right to take action on your ideas. Very, very interesting. Okay, so we have very interesting. So we have a cohesive theme here. We have in the past this element of, being younger, being, you could still be smart, but, maybe less wise, right? Not the Hierophant just yet. And not the spiritual teacher, not the spiritual leader just yet. But someone who's eager and curious to create something, to move forward. But you're being encouraged to pause and think before you act. Then in the present, we're here, the focus has been on what can I manifest in the tangible, right? And then all this, not really looking at, how can I do this even more effectively? Rather than run myself ragged, how can I do this more effectively by managing my energy, by probably an element of, even tending to my emotions and what direction do I really want to be going in and things like that. We have the Magician in reverse, which is basically saying, yeah, this person has not been using all their tools. This person isn't fully manifesting at the rate that they could be because they haven't been incorporating everything that they have available to them for some reason. And then in the future, we have this spiritual leader, teacher, who is very wise, but yet might be kind of blocked off. And it could be that maybe you felt like money was holding you back, that you didn't have enough money to be able to do enough with before and share with others. Maybe are you waiting for some big monetary gift to come your way before you do anything? Are you waiting for money to fall out of the sky? Are you waiting for something really massive and huge to shift And yet there's a degree of giving away your power in some of this to some degree. And maybe that's preventing you from taking certain action. Whereas if you were tuning in a little bit more to what you're feeling and the energy around you and things like that, that may actually elicit more insights, because that's like another resource you're tapping into. That could potentially resolve some of this money stuff going on. I don't know how this reading is sitting with you right now, and I am kind of tired. I'm so sorry. I'm like, do I still share this or do I not? I think I'm going to. I'm just going to pull a few more though, and then we're going to wrap it up. So let's pull from the Prism Oracle and just see what else. What share with us more. What is the message of hope here? That's what we're really getting at. That's what our goal is anyway, right? What's the message of hope here? Ooh. Okay, we have rejection first. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, the card that fell on the floor is the mystery card. And then just as I was getting ready to do that, there was another card that was coming out, and it's ideation. And I could technically say that it was in reverse. So this could potentially be some sort of scenario where there are two people involved, and you might be wanting to have more money. Just like, when people say, well, I'll do that when I, have enough money, right? Or I'll do that when I lose weight, or I'll do that when I have this or that, right? They kind of like, it's like, well, when that thing happens, then I'll do this, not realizing that the answer might actually be the other way around. And this is going to apply in different ways. So take what resonates, leave what does not. But this could be some sort of scenario where there's another person involved, and maybe one person has been waiting to take action because they didn't have enough money, or their career had not fully blossomed yet, or something. And rather than being a cohesive unit, you've just simply got these two individual people who are similar but different. And I say that because the spots on both of these pillars are actually on different sides of the pillars. And yet they're under the moon. So there could be a lot of emotion there, and yet just a lot of stuff that's unknown, unseen. And the first thing I got when this ideation card came out was that you could be expecting some sort of, or waiting for some sort of ideal situation to take place. But I think ultimately, I hope this resonates. I think ultimately there's a fear of rejection, and it's ultimately the fear of rejection that is underlying all of this other stuff. It's not about the money. It's not about having things perfect. It's not even about, making sense of the mystery. It's about getting rid of this fear of rejection. It's about saying, okay, fine, sure, I have the fear and I'm going to take the action anyway. So all these other things could simply be a front, be an excuse, be this is what I'm going to say is the issue. I'm going to convince myself that I need things to be a certain way. I'm going to convince myself that, maybe this situation or this person is too confusing for me, or that I have to have a certain amount of money first in order for me to be able to take any action. And it's possible it's not any of those things. It's that there's this underlying everything. And if that's the case, I'm going to go a little further. This actually could be, if there's a fear of rejection that's preventing one person from, I'm so sorry. If there's a fear of rejection that's preventing one person from reaching out to another, it's very possible then that this is rooted in some other scenario from the person's past that the person is just afraid of repeating. So there could be assumptions and projections being directed onto a potential future scenario, a future relationship, future possibility, situation, whatever it is, manifestation, whatever you've been growing, whatever you've been working towards. You haven't gotten to that next stage because bottom line, you're afraid of rejection. So if that's the case, then let's see what else. Let's see here. Let's pull from Ina Segal's Heal Yourself cards. Let's see. If there's a fear of rejection, what message, what guidance do you have for this person? What healing message do you have for this person? Is there a message from this deck? I'm going to pull one. Okay. We have, so the first card I saw was Have Faith, 22. And there's a big cross up there, right? So if we've got this spiritual leader, rest upon your faith. And then we have here, Wild. And this could be part of the fear that maybe there's an element of this wildness that is the mystery, and that leads you to think there's something to be scary. Because right in front of her, she's on like a boat, and at the edge of the boat is, I don't know what you'd call it exactly, but there's like a dragon head, and it looks kind of scary. It looks pretty, fierce, if you can see that, with the teeth and the mouth wide open. And so there could be this facade that, oh no, if you approach this other person, you're going to be met with something fierce, but you're being asked to have faith. Interesting. And at the bottom of that deck, we have Unleash Your Creativity, which this has been showing up actually quite a bit today. So how does it connect to this reading? Well, I mean, maybe you are attempting to be more creative in your life. Maybe there could be something here with, something with robotics or steampunk, fashion, or just all of that, anything steampunk related. You could be a mechanic or maybe just recently fixed something with a wrench. Maybe something having to do with a furnace. Incinerating something. Or maybe Christmas time. Something having to do with Christmas time. Okay, let's pull another one. We're pulling for the person who is fearing rejection. What healing messages do we have for that person? I'm going to pull again from Mario Duguay's Healing Energy Oracle deck. I pulled from that one just the other day. And it was good to revisit it because it was a deck that I hadn't pulled from in a while. I actually kind of forgot that I had it, so it's good. Okay, let's see. What healing message do we have for the person who is fearing rejection? What healing message do we have for the person who is fearing rejection? Okay, awesome. Whew, still here. Thank goodness. Oh, just had this one in the other reading too. Okay, we have the divine fruit. As I work to improve and free myself, I strengthen my foundations. My intellect is light, my heart is warmth, and my soul is strength. I am nurtured by the divine sun. Wow. The fruit I bear reflects my inner light. Okay, let's go back to the present moment. It said, I am nurtured by, remember this was present moment. I am nurtured by the divine sun. This element that's been neglected. This represents the sun. This light card literally represents the sun in traditional tarot. This is the key. So delving more into your spirituality, practicing trusting your intuition. There could be an element of you meditating if you have not, if you have not been doing that, or haven't ever experimented with that, tried that. And trusting, more trusting, having faith, trusting the messages that you receive. Also, this divine fruit card, it looks like two things to me. It looks like a phoenix rising, but it also it gives me a sense of like a nectarine or a peach, also potentially an apple. Ooh. And that light right in the middle is like this seed. The light in the middle of this is like the seed in the hand that was planted and that has been growing. And as it's been nurtured, it's been getting brighter and more fuller and more whole. And that while there has been material harvest and stuff that's grown and blossomed over time, there can be even more when this light, the sun, is tapped into. And what did I say at the beginning? Looking outside yourself for something that you have access to within. We could say that, well, God's spirit, the divine, is external to me, and yet you are part of it. You are it. You are an expression of that light, of God, of the divine. And so when we connect with that within us from a pure positive space of simply being open and receptive and allowing yourself to step into a space of uncertainty, allowing yourself to be vulnerable and flexible and fluid, just like light. Then can become this so much more abundant, whole, and even brighter expression of who you are. See that big sun there? And having that within you supports you in connecting with others that much more easily, because you already have that flowing all throughout you. And then therefore it's easier to just then connect with others, right? And be able to support them on their journey where they are with greater ease. The light that you cultivate within you is going to support your crown chakra and your third eye chakra to flow even more easily, and even your solar plexus, because this is your destiny. Yeah. Release the mental conflict. You don't need to feel defeated or like it's too hard. What's waiting for you is an even bigger harvest, even more manifestations than what you currently have when you allow yourself to transform and stop sabotaging yourself. Stop letting the fear get in the way, because literally the light is in the palm of your hands. It is within you. It is right there. It is you. You get to decide which direction you are headed. And when you do so, you're going to reap those rewards. Connecting with the deeper parts of yourself because you chose to go within. This is beautiful. I love how this is happening. You chose to go within, listen to your intuition, and recognize that your access point to everything else that you've been wanting is right there. When you go within, that's the door right there. The light is literally right behind that door, and you access that door by going within. And you might want to allow yourself to get creative, have some more fun, tap into something that just supports you in experiencing joy. Get that energy flowing, allow it to be even easier so that you can have this full circle moment of greater expansion and expression, feeling even more whole and complete than you already do. And then you're going to rejoice and celebrate with others and feel so fulfilled. Your journey has been guided by spirit all along, just like that raven, that bird right here on that walkway. It's time. It's time to balance things out. Call upon your angels to help you out. This is you being the magician in the upright, and that's my interpretation, not what this technically correlates to, but it does correlate to it. So that you can have victory and success. Yeah. Okay. That was fascinating. I love how that just continued to go one after the other, flowing to the next message and the next and the next and the next. So your message of hope is that everything you seek is right within you, and to challenge yourself, dare yourself to look at any fear of rejection as just that. It's a fear. Rather than mask it or place some other sort of excuse upon why you haven't done something yet, look at what's happening for what it is. When we are aware, when not in denial of what's going on within us, it's that much easier to decide to make new choices, new decisions about it, and take new action and move forward. And I want to say reclaim your power over it, because when we aren't accepting it, when we choose to be in denial, when we stay in denial, we're actually giving part of our power away. Right? When you know something's there and that's the deeper reason why you haven't done something yet, but you refuse to actually really look at that, then we give our power away to it. But you reclaim your power when you choose to say, okay, yes, this is what's going on. I'm choosing to look at it and I'm choosing to deal with it. I'm going to do something about it. Okay. I could go on and on. I hope this was helpful for you in some way. I'm so sorry if this felt long. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure, but I enjoyed being here with you today, and I hope you found this helpful. Thank you for the likes, subscribes, shares, comments, all of that stuff. I always appreciate it, and I thank you for being here and coming back, and thank you. Have an amazing day. I'll see you again soon.